So with the next task, it's about getting the spinning app to suggest some meals from, AI can suggest some meals. Now, there's recipes all over the website. Wherever you look, there are recipes everywhere. But in my first mock-up of this app that I did about 6 months ago, the suggestions weren't that good, and half the time it couldn't seem to even find suggestions that were in the category. So if somebody sort of filtered by chicken, it would come up with a fish meal or something and a fish dinner. And I was thinking, this isn't working at all. So I'm now going to I'm going to go back to Claude and really quiz Claude on, well, what databases or what websites, can this app go to, can AI go to, in order that it can find a whole lot of recipes, hundreds, thousands of recipes that fit these type of categories that I've chosen. So we'll give that a go. So what I'm asking Claude here is that I'm up to pass 3 in the app, which was kind of, I had at the very beginning asked Claude to sort of kind of help me with, what's my work progress for this app with Replit. So it kind of knows what I'm talking about. And I'm saying I'd like it to source hundreds, if not thousands, of recipes and also be able to identify which categories they fit in: halal, vegetarian, beef, chicken, spicy, barbecue, that sort of stuff. So we'll see. We'll see what Claude says. Does it think I need to give some sort of structural guidance to this part? Okay, well, that's interesting. It's come up with three different ones. Let's have a look. I'll have a good look at those. Very educational going through this process, isn't it? But I'll have a look at those and see which one might suit and might work best. Well, that was actually a really long prompt and a bit of a process to get that done. But the dinner spinner now has AI choices. So I started with asking Claude to give me what it thought the prompt should be, and then I put that in Replit, and in Replit Plan, I then got it to improve it, which it did, and then we put it in. But it was a long prompt. I mean, first up, it sort of said, well, what is it that you want it to do? You want us to give us AI suggestions. And I think one of the reasons why my previous one didn't work, because I didn't really go into this much detail. And then it sort of says here what to send to the LLM, required output. But here we've got some of the rules around how it behaves. But all these these categories I've got for vegan and vegetarian, it said, look, you really need to define what that means so that you're going to return the proper results. What the protein is, the international cuisine definitions for those, and then definitions for the styles like spicy or creamy. And then I had a few ones called like kid friendly and freezer friendly. Well, what's the definition of those? So it kind of all made sense when I could read it. I thought, yeah, that's fair enough. We have to tell it that's what we want. But yeah, there's a lot of work that goes into it. I'm not doing all the work. The AI is doing most of the work. But nevertheless, I guess I'm the human in the loop, as they say. Um, and the result as it stands now is pretty close to what I want as the final product. We'll do a couple of polishes, but this is where it's looking at the moment. You can spin for the dinner, and if I don't put any filters, it'll just come up with probably something from my list of dinners, and then it's just going to come up with something else. But if I put a filter on it, I'll put perhaps the beef in there, and I spin now on that. It gives beef tacos, which is from my list. And then it'll have this AI suggestion and kind of that. And I can save that AI suggestion to my list, or I can spin it again. So yeah, that's basically what I want from the app. So I'm feeling pretty happy with that. Just going to try a few polishing touches, just a few neaten things up that I might do with it, and see how we go with those.